Hey everybody, what's up? Hopefully this is the last one that I do. I know I've shown you these before when I did the animated box sets, but I want to kind of do this like through decade, like what box sets, DVD sets have been released based on a decade, like of cartoons and all that. Kind of like, you know, having a common deal. So we're going to start off first of all with this one. Of course, this is Yogi Bear, the original Yogi Bear series, the complete series. And initially, it's one of those cases that's kind of hard to open. I mean, nowadays with things like DVD Fab, you don't really have to worry about things like this, but still. Did I get wet or something? That's weird. Yeah, there we go. Kind of slips out like that, and see, kind of hollow, like that, if you will. And then we look on the inside, of course the front and the back. Of course you look on the inside. And this came with it. I don't know if something like this came with yours, Zaranyzerak, when you got Penelope Piltstop. But these are all the discs that are on there. And then right there, you got all the episodes as well. So that's pretty nice. And I bought this. I actually ordered this through Hastings. So it was actually pretty good to get. But yeah, it's real nice. A little dusty, but it's still in good condition. And then, of course, my more recent acquisition, Jem and the Holograms from Shout Factory. Yeah, this is part of what they call the Big Three, and the reason they call it the Big Three is because this started on Saturday, I think Sunday mornings it started on. But when it went to weekdays, it was kind of like Transformers G.I. Joe Jem, or Transformers Jem G.I. Joe, or G.I. Joe Transformers Jem. You get the idea. But this is what I was talking about in a previous video. Basically, Shout Factory took advantage of the fact that Rhino did not complete the set, and they decided, you know what, we're going to complete the set, and that's what they did. They completed the entire set. So you have Season 1. You have Season 2, and you have Season 3. And all the DVD discs are in the same colors as the cases, if you will, and look like records. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Jem and the Holograms. It's a great addition to any 80s collection if you grew up with 80s cartoons. A really great addition. And what was cool about this is, just like with Transformers and G.I. Joe before her, if you got the box set, you got all the volumes, you got all the seasons, you got the entire series before you got the entire series before the other seasons were released. Like, okay, Season 1 would be released at the same time the box set would be, or this set would be, but you would have to wait for Season 1 and Seasons 2 and 3, the other seasons to come out later on. But with this, you got them all at once. That was pretty cool. And then this is the only one so far that Shout Factory has not obtained. I know they're selling, according to what Zaranyzerak said, they're selling the Friendship and Magic one, so they're going to wait to see if that succeeds. But what's surprising is this is still being distributed through things like Netflix and everything. So I guess it's only one of the rare titles that Rhino still had. But this is the entire first season of My Little Pony. Disc 1's right there. It's like little thin cases, and that's basically the same. It's the same disc for all the seasons, but it's the entire first season, which was pretty cool. And I decided, you know what? I did watch a little bit of it when I was a kid. You know who didn't? So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to get it anyway, and there you go. First season. And it's got the specials, pilot episode Rescue at Midnight Castle, and the special Escape from Katrina. So that's pretty cool. And then here you can't complete the 80s without a little bit of Heathcliff. This is the Shout Factory release. I know that Cookie Jar has released a new volume called Season 1, Volume 1, with the first, not 24 like this one is, but the first 32, which means 10 episodes on one disc and 10 episodes on one disc and 11 on the other. But there you go. And that was the entire series. I know that Mill Creek's release is not like this, but I keep this because, Zaranyzerak and other people would say, you want to keep, let's say, the Shout Factory ones because the quality is just a slight better than, let's say, the Mill Creek ones. So that's pretty cool to have this in the collection. And then, of course, this I got off the Canadian store of Amazon.com, both volumes of Raccoons. Believe it or not, I do have the complete Raccoon series. I downloaded it through a torrent. I just have to put them onto DVD. In other words, basically I got to see what I have on here before I add them onto DVD. So yeah, this is Volume 1 collector set and Volume 2 collector set. It's a little open because my nephews were getting into it. But yeah, these are all the Raccoon volumes on the first set. So that's pretty cool. And here we have, like I say, set 2, and this has got the other ones as well. These are the other volumes. That's pretty cool right there. And that's initially the 80s shows, along with the Raccoons that, let me get these in order, that I own. So those are the 80 cartoons. Put those to the side. And now we get into, let's start with the Disney ones first. Put these aside right now. Let's start with the Disney ones. And here we have Gummy Bears. The first volume, seasons 1 to 3. Still waiting on the other seasons, of course. Everybody would like to see the other seasons released. Eventually. Then here we have Tailspin. I don't have the second volume yet, but I will get it. It's a very good series, no doubt about it. And then here I have both volumes of Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Volume 1, which is right here. And Volume 2. Again, people are still waiting for Volume 3, although that might just be a 2-disc deal, who knows. Oh, sorry about that. Well, like I said, that might just be a 2-disc deal. Who knows? So, there's that. And then, of course, we have my Warner Brother collection of Tiny Toon Adventures. I don't have the second volume yet, but I'll get it. As well as the first volume of Animaniacs, and I still haven't gotten the other volumes, but I will obtain those in the future. And then, of course, you can't go wrong with some WildC.A.T.S. That's right, I got WildC.A.T.S to oh, there goes the disc. Luckily it wasn't damaged. Oh, I'm just a bundle of joy today, ain't I? Yeah, but there's the other disc. That was my fault. I opened it up and I shouldn't have like that. But yeah, that's the entire series of Thundercats. Whoever, I think Funimation, when they brought this out, should have gave it a better case. So, but yeah, that's basically all my box sets of 80s cartoons, the Yogi Bear show, from the 60s, Disney, Warner Brothers, and WildC.A.T. So that should do it with my overall responses to Zaranyzerak, and I'll talk to you all later. Comment down below.